happening, Magnus? So, for those of you that do not know, Disney had D23, and that's where they show off a bunch of stuff talking about what's to come to a private audience. And there was audio circulating of the Avengers Doomsday trailer that they showed, or the footage that they showed. So, let's hear what's happening. Let's hear the details from the Cosmic Wonder. He was probably there. Let's check this out here.
Yesterday, Disney had their Destination D23 event, and Marvel did have a presence there. Not only did we get a message from the Russo brothers, the directors of the film, and Paul Rudd, which you may have heard about, but they also showed...
Why Paul Rudd? That's interesting. Like, why him? Is he a major part of this? Or he was the only one who was available? Like, what? Why?
A really epic montage featuring the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, and more, reminding us just how big this movie really is going to be, and the Russo brothers even talk about how big it's going to be as well. While no filming was allowed, now we basically know everything that was shown and said, so we're going to go over what everybody said, who said it, and what it all means, and of course we're going to talk about what the Russo brothers and Paul Rudd said as well. And I actually think that this might be released pretty soon to the public on YouTube. Maybe not an exact version because this might be just something very special.
Well, hurry up!
D23, but this is right on par with their infamous chair video. So I'm guessing this is the next tease that we're going to get. But TheDirect.com gathered all the information for the official Avengers Doomsday teaser video featuring the X-Men and the Fantastic Four heroes. Here is everything they said that was shown. They said directors Joe and Anthony Russo took a break from their Doomsday filming in London to say hello to fans with a video message. The message was interrupted by an exuberant Paul Rudd, who stressed the scale of the production and teased the roster that fans got a glimpse of in a teaser video shown during the presentation. The teaser was a rapid montage interspersed with video from the now infamous live-streamed cast chair reveal and footage and dialogue spotlighting Avengers Doomsday's confirmed characters and actors from their appearances in previous Marvel movies. And here's what they showed. The Direct states, "This montage, which served as a powerful reminder of the MCU's rich history and the diverse team of heroes that Doomsday is assembling, began with Thor's rallying cry from Thor Love and Thunder, with Thor saying..."
Yeah, it's got a rich history. Too bad the present isn't so rich. The present is poor.
In this, "We could pull together the greatest team ever." This was directly followed up with Sam Wilson's Captain America line from Brave New World. "If we can't see the good in each other, we've already lost the fight." And this particular line right here, I do believe actually plays into something that's going to happen in the movie. We actually got a new report about this the other day. It sounds like there's kind of another civil war going on, but we'll get to that in a bit. After Sam Wilson's Captain America, we hear Shuri say, "Now is our time to strike." This transitioned into Ant-Man's memorable promise, a line from Scott Lang's in-universe memoir, Look Out for the Little Guy, that was highlighted in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, stating, "Will I be there when the Avengers need me? Absolutely." They continue in the article stating, continuing to build momentum with more inspiring dialogue, Thunderbolt star Yelena vowed, "We stick together from now on," adding a sense of family and loyalty. Joaquin Torres' Falcon
Yelena's boring to me. I like Black Widow.
Also expressed his readiness with his line from Brave New World, "That pressure, that responsibility, I want that too." Then we hear Red Guardian adding a touch of optimism, stating, "This has the makings of a team that can bring light from the darkness." And we even get a line from Loki. They state Loki provided a reflective touch from the titular Disney Plus series, "Raising things to the ground is easy. Trying to fix what's broken is hard." Then after Loki, we get some X-Men. And much with that line from Captain America...
Yeah, with the audio that was going around, I could have swore I heard Loki's voice. Plus, it was echoing, so I really couldn't understand what they were saying, but...
Some X-Men lines, I believe, mean a lot for the movie as well. We get Professor X's warning from X2, X-Men United. There are forces in this world, both mutant and human alike, who believe that a war is coming. And oh, how right Professor Xavier is. But then we hear Cyclops' dialogue from the 2000 X-Men stating, "If anything happens, I'll take care of them." And this line right here, I really want to believe that this isn't hinting that Professor X might die again, but it seems like it's kind of alluding to that. However, I do have a theory that doesn't involve Professor X dying.
How many times are they gonna kill him? They already killed the one from the cartoon, which was so stupid. They should have kept him alive.
Well, at least not really on screen in a fight. I do think, and I hope, that this line right here that Cyclops dropped, "If anything happens, I'll take care of them," is hinting that he is finally going to take the leadership position. Something that we finally need to see on screen. Cyclops is one of my favorite characters, and I believe that James Marsden's Cyclops is going to get some redemption in Avengers Doomsday. Now, unfortunately, that means Professor X is probably not leading them. And yes, that could mean that he could die on screen again, but also at this point in time, he is pretty old, and of course, he's in a wheelchair. If there's a giant battle, Cyclops would be the leader to actually lead.
It's comic books. He doesn't have to die. I understand why they keep killing him. Ridiculous.
At the front of the line. So he doesn't exactly have to die. Also, we know that there are going to be many different teams in this movie. We know that the heroes are going to break off into different teams as well. So maybe the X-Men kind of split up, and Cyclops gets his own team that he's in charge of. Because I do think they've picked very specific lines for this. The montage continues with the Fantastic Four's Reed Richards stating, "Today we are your defenders. We will protect you." The sequence ended with an empowering call from Shuri, Ibam Bey, evoking the spirit of Wakanda and uniting the ensemble in a visual symphony of past triumphs and future battles. It's awesome to hear that Marvel Studios put this together, and while it did, I believe, hint at some things, it didn't really reveal too much. But what it is, really, is a reminder that Marvel is assembling a massive, multi-generational team for what the Russo brothers call in their message, their biggest movie ever. The Russo brothers popped on screen to give an update about the filming from London. And
I'm sure it is their biggest movie ever. I just hope it will be their biggest movie ever.
Actually joined them as well. But they started off by stating, "Hi D23 members, this is Joe and Anthony Russo. Right now we are in London shooting Marvel Studios' Avengers Doomsday. This movie is, to say the least, a big one for us. It is bigger than anything we have ever done. We are bringing together so many of your favorite heroes to face one of the greatest threats to the MCU." Paul Rudd came on to share his message as well, stating, "We're surrounded by jaw-dropping sets and some truly incredible talent, many of who you just saw teased in that great video. Bringing the story to the big screen means the world to us, and we couldn't do it without your support." So again, nothing really big, but it is nice to get a little update and a little bit of a tease about Doomsday. And for those wondering, this is what they showed. But like I mentioned, that line from Captain America, it seems like that's going to play a part in Avengers Doomsday in what might be a very important plot point for the film. Insider Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus teased this a few days ago. The fate of the entire multiverse hangs in the balance, and two of the main teams have tension with each other because the leaders are still trying to sort out the mantle debacle, and then add the OG to the mix. So I think he's basically saying right here, Bucky and Sam are fighting about who the real Avengers are and who the leader of the real Avengers team is. And even if they were talking about combining the teams, well, who would be the leader of that team, Sam or Bucky? And then, like Alex said, add the OG to the mix. Add Bruce Banner. Add Thor. Maybe Hawkeye returns as well. And we know Chris Evans' Captain America is returning, so maybe he jumps in the mix. Either way, it sounds like there's going to be some fighting between the teams. Now, whether or not this results in a physical fight is yet to be seen. I do think it would be cool to see Sam and Bucky fight because Bucky's a super soldier, but Sam does have the vibranium shield. No one is beating Thor or the Hulk though, so the
they're putting a whole lot of weight on Robert Downey Jr. I don't know if I just don't see it. He was always one of my favorites in the movies when I was watching it. But, like, I remember when Avengers came out, everyone was calling it Iron Man 3. And I saw it in the theater and it didn't feel to me that it was that Iron Man heavy. But after I started hearing so many people talk about it and call it that and being Tony focused, I was like, okay, yeah, I guess it's more focused on Tony than I guess anybody else. But I felt he was integral, but I never felt like he was so integral that, like he held the movies together. Like it never felt that way to me. It really did feel like a team effort with the Avengers movies. It always felt fun. I always wanted to see everybody. And I mean everybody. I always wanted to see everybody. So, with them then casting him as Doctor Doom, it just felt weird to me because I was like, I think you're putting way too much importance on RDJ than the rest of the cast. Like, I think he was integral, but I just don't think he was that integral. So where it's now, we killed him off, now we must bring the man back in some other character form so that people will see the movie. Like, as long as you built the stories up properly, I would have went to see it. Like, I just don't think the fandom is so in love with Robert Downey Jr. that it was that big of a move to do that. That's why so many people were like, what? Wait, why? Why didn't you just cast somebody else as Doctor Doom? Like, this is, there's plenty of people who are kind of middle of the road, and plenty of people are like, yay, as much RDJ as we can get, yay. But I don't know. I just feel like it's too much, placing too much importance on one man when there's so many stars in there that have done some really great things. And I don't know.
G's kind of have the upper hand here. But overall, really exciting things happening for Avengers Doomsday. We continue to get awesome updates, rumors, and leaks. So if you want to stay up to date on all of that.
Thank you for that, Wonder. Appreciate you, man. Go over there and follow Cosmic Wonder. Tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you. And if you enjoyed my thoughts and reaction on this, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share.